What is up, everybody? RDV, and if you guys have survived the YouTube crashing of 2026, you're still here. We are live. We're going to talk about comic books this week. Oh, let's see. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, where are all these alerts from? Link. So I send you a link. Yeah, I got busy today. Okay. All right. Alrighty. So this week though is going to be kind of crazy because we do have the end of Ultimate Spider-Man, which has been one of my favorite. I want to say favorite ongoing. I was just saying, well, the current favorite ongoing Spider-Man since the '80s. Spencer did it right. I liked a couple of issues, Spencer. But they kicked Spencer in the nuts, and said, nope, we can't have no more cute moments between MJ and Peter and stuff. But yeah, overall though, like I said, this has been a good run. This is what we should have had kept going. If they would have kept going with, instead of having him give up his marriage with the freaking deal with the devil, we would have had him having a daughter or kid or whatever, and and it would have been fun. Like, I don't mind. Hey, if the Fantastic Four can have kids, why is Peter Parker not allowed to have a kid with being married in a happy family with Mary Jane, or whoever? It's like, I don't understand the hatred towards Spider-Man. We must keep him single, make him a loser, blah blah. It's like pretty much an FU to every single person that wrote Spider-Man before all these people. But I guess lately they had him in space, an Amazing Spider-Man title. Now he's returning back to Earth, which I don't mind. Spider-Man being in space, adventures. Iron Man did one too with the Guardians. That clutch move was there. Cue together sometime. No, sorry, bot. On Twitch, but kids are annoying. Evil Black Cat, then why are you here then? You're a kid. You shouldn't be here. It's an adult-only stream. All right. Alrighty, though. All right. We do have some other books come out this week, though. I want to talk about that. And so let me get this situated here. But I hope you guys are doing wonderful tonight. And, all right. Can I get this? All right, that should be good. It allows me to see the stream when I'm on a screen sharing. Yes, Spider-Man in space. But overall than that, there's a few books. So let's just jump into that. Breen, what are you watching tonight other than sports?
I started watching Dark Winds.
Dark Winds.
Yeah, it's on AMC. It's set in 1971 on an Indian reservation. And I don't know why I missed it before, but it's fantastic.
Hey, what's up there, Serenity? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in.
And that's the one. The season 4 is about to start, and the villain is Titus Welliver.
Nice. You ever watch that show Tracker with Justin Hartley and CBS?
No.
I was wondering if that was any good.
Honestly, I've heard you guys say decent stuff about the Rookie and things like that, but it's hard for me. It's hard for me to watch anything on any of the big 3 or the big 4 networks because they it's gonna make me sound like an elitist snob, but they have to be,
happy, positive,
for absolute mass consumption. And the other networks like AMC and FX just do them better. Although I've heard that Will Trent's not bad.
No. Serenity. They're actually. I'm running 2 streams right now. Actually, I'm. There's a vertical stream which you're on, but there's also a horizontal stream with a few more people on are over there. So if it's better for you to not watch this on the phone, you want to watch on your PC, go to the home tab and actually click on the live button, and you'll see it right there. It's the one without having the phone in the front of the title. But yeah, the rookie. Actually, I'll say this real quickly, and we'll get to the comic books. One of the reasons me and Zach like the rookie because it's one of the few shows that isn't trying to force you to preach to you in a sense. Nathan Fillion has just been one of my favorite characters since watching him. 2 girls, a guy in a pizza place, or no, 2 guys, a girl in a pizza place, back in the day with him and Ryan Reynolds. And yeah, I liked him on Firefly, and he's just comes off as a very well likable person. And it is kind of far fetched. They still call it the rookie, but the thing is though, it's nothing like the '70s show. They tried it. That the first season was him and 2 other characters on there that were rookies, and they're 8 seasons in where he's finally now like a TO officer. The other girls were moved up, and then the other rookie that was with them was actually killed off on the show because he wanted to quit. But I said overall, it's not. If you're expecting the levels of Bosch or the Shield or the Wire, you're not gonna get that. This is more of a positive thing where no one always gets the bad guy.
It's the last network show that I watched with regularity.
What's that?
Castle. You know why?
Humor?
Nathan Fillion.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean he's very likable.
That's one of
the
the
reasons.
Don't
watch much episodic television anymore.
Sure.
So
there are episodes where it drags, but like I said, it's not. I wouldn't say the Rookie is the best show. I'm just saying it's a show I can tolerate, and it's not bad. It is kind of a bore sometimes, but overall, it's got its moments. They keep bringing back I forget what his name is, Bridget something, as the villain. They had Anne Winnick was on there for a while before she passed away. She was a serial killer on there who had an obsession with
Anne Wershing.
We're Wershing, yeah. She was on there. She had an obsession with Nathan Fillion because she's the only one that could solve her crimes and stuff, So I thought that was really cool dynamic for that. They have one of the brothers. I think he's the one that played Iceman in the X-Men movies. His other brother is the one that was in.
There's Sean or Aaron.
I can't remember which one it is, but it's
to quote The Rock. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're exactly the same person. I cannot tell me they're different. But some of the girls on there are not that bad looking either, too.
I'm telling you though, you need to watch Day of the Jackal. He was. I turned on another show the other day, and Eddie Redmayne showed up and killed 2 of the people in the show, and then went back to his own show to kill more people.
And then he hung out with Eddie Kingston.
Oh my God! I said
the Mad King.
He laughed at John Wick's kill count. It's just, it was crazy.
Is it like satire killing though?
He is a completely sociopathic assassin. He was ex-military, and his way he solves problems is he kills them. But he's also the most expensive assassin for hire on planet Earth. But they said to me, there's a scene where he wrecks his car because a kid runs out in front of his car, so he swerves to miss the kid, and his car goes down an embankment, and it catches on fire, and he's going to die. But the family that was living there saw it happen. They save his life, so all he does is steal their car. He doesn't kill them.
So
that's the kind of character he is. So
you can't tell me he swerves when he drives, bro.
What?
He swerves when he drives? Whose house?
Well, okay, so you're going there.
Yeah, that's
But,
that was part of the lyrics. So,
then he kidnaps these two people and this old couple in an RV, and he lies to him, and the lady panics and tries to stab him, and so he kills the two old people. I mean, it's just like it's just, so you have to watch. I mean, he's a great actor. I mean, there's a reason why he does all that hoity-toity shit.
Oh my summer summoner is trapped in Walmart. Please get out of there soon. All right, but yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I mean, if it's like Dexter, I don't like shows like Dexter.
Not like Dexter. But he gets hired to kill the show's version of Elon Musk, and it's all the stuff that happened. He's got a wife and kid, and a deadbeat brother-in-law. So it's like he's got real-world problems, but he's trying to hide from his family who he really is. Mm-hmm. And then there's this group of investigators trying to catch him, but there may or may not be corruption there, and
he's going to kill the corrupt cops.
Basically give up and just say, we're just going to have to cut. We're just going to have to take our loss on this one. It's like, wait a minute, the guy is
he kind of
worst assassin in the world, and you're just going to say, "Oops, my bad, we didn't get him."
This guy kind of reminds you of a Bullseye, Lester, where he just casually kills people. I love that. And I said it's one of the coolest things they did in that Netflix Daredevil is him just flicking things and having it bounce and hit people. I love that.
Well, the difference between the Jackal and Bullseye is the Jackal has a conscience. It's just warped, but he's also a sociopath. And I said, he risked his life so he wouldn't hit a child on the road. But then he turns around and has to decide whether or not he's going to kill the people that saved his life, and he decides to just steal their vehicle instead. So, I mean, that's the kind. It's just a very interesting, insight into somebody's psyche.
All right. Let's get our number 5 here. So we're not here all night. I always start a little later. I already ate dinner, so the longer we go, it's not my problem.
I ate.
Okay, you ate? Okay.
We have the bracket fights in an hour.
Okay. All right, that's good. All right. Starting us off tonight, we're going to scroll down here. For my first book recommended that I'm actually looking forward to. No, it's not the Chip Zdarsky Weapons Armageddon. I know I saw that. I think Wes was praising that in his previews. He's looking forward to that. Is Wes a big Chip Zdarsky fan? Am I misremembering things?
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought he said he was. I'm not sure. But I'm going with the other Wolverine, Saladin Ahmed. I'm going the lesser of two evils, I guess, if you say that. Pretty much secret weapons and Alpha Flight and Department H unleash a lethal weapon against Logan. They found a way to kill the unkillable mutants, plus Silver Sable against the ropes and fighting for her life. When I first saw this, do you remember? I don't know if it was Zdarsky's run. I forgot who it was, but we had like the Sinister Female 6. It was all female. They had the female. There was a Tombstone's daughter was the new Beetle and all that stuff.
Out of Marvel for
that was like a few years ago, and this first thing I thought was like, you don't really watch Marvel movies. You didn't watch Endgame, did you? Where they have the girl moment, they stand in.
Yeah, it's like because it's only a couple seconds.
It's almost like it's like someone forgot to tell, hey Puck, you're not a girl. Get off the team. It's like he's like Buff Bagwell with the
hold on,
average women.
Is that Marina behind him?
In the wings, I think it's supposed to be her.
Oh my god, that might be the first female character that's prettier now than when all comic book women were pretty.
Yes, there's a new Vindicator. I think that is a Marina that's supposed to be there. Yeah, it's Marina Smallwood. Snowbird, Naira, and then as a new Vindicator, and yeah. So that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a all new, different Vindicator, because the original Vindicator and his wife refused to take part in this. Apparently, they're all under lockdown because of the events of the Krakoa bullshit. That's why I said I hate Marvel. They ruined everything. I know, and apparently Alpha Flight, are they mutants or whatever? But they're pretty much they're in prison, and they're forced to basically work for the government, and they're only released when the government puts them on a mission. So the other two decided to stay in jail, the original Vindicator's wife, and they gave the title to this other girl who's pretty much a straight up bitch. She's a see you next Tuesday. And then Wolverine is with Silver Sable, and Silver Sable, they're just trying to defend these mutants from the Canadian government. I love this Dan Panosian cover. I really wish Panosian was doing the interiors. I don't know what, I guess they find it cheaper to pay Mike Henderson than it is to pay Dan Panosian to do the interiors. Or maybe Panosian just takes forever, like Jim Lee, to do interiors. That could be that too. I don't know. But yeah. The only thing I don't like about the last issue, and I don't know how, for me it's out of character. Silver Sable back in the 80s and early 90s, if she was fighting against somebody, she didn't get her ass kicked. She was the one that's kicking your ass, you know. So they kind of have her like she can't hold her own as much against the Vindicator. Vindicator's fighting against her, and she's getting her ass kicked. And I'm thinking like Silver Sable would have shot her in the head. This is the variant cover, which I don't understand why it's a variant cover. This looks, dear God, Frank Miller's art today looks better than this. I don't know who thought this was a great idea. Oh my gosh, I just realized those are his legs. They're folded up. That's what it is. Those are his knees, his legs behind him, Breen. I was wondering what this blue stuff was. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Do you know what the first thing that comes to my mind though, Breen, when I think of Wolverine and those pants? I always go back to Chris Benoit.
All right.
Chris Benoit would always come. He'd always wear the Wolverine tights. And his ring attire. He has the stripes on his legs.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a while, people started doing that for like the football NFL stuff. Had those kind of weird pants, sweatpants you could buy. But Saladin Ahmed this is the second series that I read by him. The other one was Justice League Red, which is a mini series, which is end wrapped up, which I thought was pretty decent for a side story. This is the second Wolverine I'm going to be reading by him. I tried reading his Daredevil. Again, I read that first issue after the Zdarsky run, and it was trash. I didn't like it. But maybe it's my nostalgia, the fact that I'm more biased. I love Wolverine. That's why I'm giving it more of a shot. Am I liking it better? But I would not go on a limb and say, hey, this is the best book of Marvel right now. This is the best Wolverine book ever been made. No, I'm not going to say that. But I'll say it is semi-entertaining. I just wish it wasn't $4.99. I wish it was back to $2.99, because when you have a Teen Titans Go book that's better than most of the stuff that's out there for $4, you got quality issues and you need to get rid of writers. Or actually, I say not get rid of writers, get writers. All right. Going into my number 4 for this week. Hello to Cheeseburger and Comics. All right. The number 4 for this week, as we scroll down. Exquisite Corpses is still going. I thought that was going to be a mini-series. But apparently it's an ongoing. Did not know that. Well, it's just a maxi series. Alrighty. We're going on number 4 is Thundercats, number 24. For $4.99 through Dynamite. It says, knowledge is power. In this issue, the moment has finally come. Lionel unlocks the Book of Omens, and even with all that he has learned since the Thundercats' arrival on Third Earth, what he discovers in his pages shocks him to this very core. diligent historians Declan Shavely and David Sullivan put it on the record, the Thundercats 24, featuring corroborating covers by Shalvey, Lucio Perillo, Jay Lee, and June Chung, Emilio Pilu, and Mannix. I don't know how Jay Lee keeps getting art or stuff, but this is Declan, not Declan, but Lucio Perillo's cover. This is what I expect if they did a live action. They just had Jason Momoa with red hair. Of course, there's the writer, his art. Of course. Oh, thank you for censoring the Jay Lee cover. I was afraid it was gonna be bad. And there's cover D, more kind of cartoonish. And this guy, I'm sorry, this is a level of Fred Hembeck level. Just why? Who is buying this cover? Like, if you're gonna do a Thundercats cover, gonna do this style, make it Mr. Beaker, whatever, from Muppets. Do a Muppets crossover cover, something. But wow, there's like 14 freaking covers. Oh, probably all Virgin variants and stuff. Yeah. Black and white's actually pretty cool too. I like this one better than the color one. All right. The only thing I guess say the knock on this book so far is the fact that we haven't had him yelling Thundercats, or like Thundercats, ho, like he does in the cartoon series, or using the Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight, allows him to see further distances or whatever. Like, he hasn't used any of the sword's powers in this book yet, which to me is kind of like, dude, do you know anything about Thundercats? Or are you just making it up as you go? But 32 pages for $4.90, cardstock cover. That is my number 4 for the week. We get to my number 3 here. Number 3 for the week is another, probably a much better book as we go down, which on my list here. G.I. Joe number 19, over at Image Comics through Skybound. I believe this is Josh Williamson. Just waiting for it to load. There it goes. Yeah, Josh Williamson. Joe versus Transformer. The secret is out when Duke discovers that Clutch has been hiding the Autobot Hound from the Joes. Can anyone stop him from putting down the Hound permanently? Yeah. The backstory, if you did not read the Duke 5-issue miniseries that came out before G.I. Joe, Duke was riding in a plane and a jet, and Starscream came up, attacked him, and killed his buddy in the plane, smushed him. And ever since then, Duke has been hellbound to find these giant robots and get revenge. But the government's been playing kind of hush-hush with him. And his best friend, Clutch, who discovered a G.I. Joe, or it was a G.I. Joe, discovered a Transformer, and Hound. And they've kind of had this friendship because Hound actually ends up saving him from the Joe, or from the Cobra when he was taken hostage. And so, like I said, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this goes. And Josh Williams has been kicking ass on this. Is he still on Superman? I can't remember if he is or not. But this has just been a lot more fun. And here's the thing: these are two properties I really do not read at all, aside these Skybound, Transformers, and GI Joe. That's like that's like telling Breen, hey, it's like, hey, Breen, I want you to go read Ninja Turtles. It's something so far out of your wheelhouse. You're not going to go on your way to go read that. But when you could actually make something that's something you didn't like before and put a new spin on it and actually more of my liking, hell yeah, I'm going to check it out, and I'm glad I did. But Josh Williamson's writing has been phenomenal. I know he did that. Was that Batman and Robin? I think he was doing that for a while. And then he also did Robin, Son of Batman. I think that was him too as well. But alrighty. But that is my number 3 for this week. Now you want to look? Oh, that's right. You guys want to look at the covers. All right, cover 1 or cover A. This is weird. So usually they upload digital photos, but this one is just a screen. Someone took a photo of the actual cover in a bag, and then scanned it and put it on. It's weird. We have Black Saber Comics, basically George Vega variant right here. Then we have cover B, Joshua Cassara variant, which is pretty cool. Get the Joe team here. It doesn't say it's a connecting variant though. If it was though, it'd be kind of cool to see on the other side of the next issue. Like, I hope he does get another issue and have it the Cobra on the other side. But so far, that's the full team we have right now. At least part of it. The Joes. And then the Ben Oliver, another variant. Some cheesecake. The 1 in 25 Tonsi Zonjik. I'm butcher that name. You have Starscream in the background. You have Duke in the shape of a gun rifle. That's cool. Then the 1 in 50 Trevor Hairsign variant, which is badass for 1 in 50. I love the detail on the actual like Jeep and stuff, Transformer. Then we get into now. This is like the 100 Simon Parr foil variant. This looks more like a trading card quality. Then we have cover G, the John Armour wraparound die cut foil variant, which my shops never get these because you have to buy a ridiculous amount of books in order to get these. But alrighty then. What's up there, Undead Quinn, coming in with his number 3, saying it's his number 3 for this week is Death Fight Forever, number 1. And also his number 2 is Arcana, number 14. Just about to go on to my number 2 there. Number 2 for this week. I'm gonna jump back into this. We're going Batman Superman, World's Finest, number 48. Enter the crime syndicate. They are the finest duo in the world, but which world? Forget Batman and Superman. Welcome to a chilling tale starring their evil crime syndicate doppelgangers, Ultraman and Owlman. Marcus Toe's on here. I'm not sure what Marcus Toe's art looks like. This is still Dan Mora doing the covers here. $3.99 for 32 pages. Man, it's almost a crime to have Dan Mora on a cover and then put someone on the interior who's probably nowhere near his level of artiste, or at least just quality. Mark Spears, this is his Joker variant. I don't get the appeal of Mark Spears. I guess people like this. I'm just not a fan of it, that style. It looks like you just use a computer program. You didn't draw or nothing. You just basically had like a, dad's studio. And took Abraham Lincoln and changed his skin, and dyed his hair green. I cannot see it. It's Abraham Lincoln with a crowbar. Our World's Finest cover C, Adrian Gutierrez. This is cool too. I like this. I might get this cover. And then we have the Megan Huang cover. Probably the worst cover I've seen since Ed McGuinness. I don't know. Ed McGuinness might be better than this. I'm not sure. It's Robin looks horrible. The only one that actually looks somewhat decent here is Batman, but Batman's got a really effeminate pose, sticking his hand out, saying, "Hey." It's a weird thing. What's up there?
That is horrible. Look at Batman's left arm.
I just said that. You just come back.
No, I was watching basketball, but I heard you just making generalizations. But that is, hell, women would kill for Superman's waist,
right?
He's probably clocking in at about 22 there.
Look at Robin's neck. He's got a giraffe neck. This looks bad.
That Robin's neck wouldn't even be in the top 10 of things wrong with this cover. If we ever ranked this with the Lester sisters, you would have time to go get your dinner while Amy was talking. And then just eat that dinner, digest that dinner, have an after dinner cigar, and she'd still be picking this apart.
Superman's face too. Yeah.
Great shades of Elvis. This is dreadful.
I know, right? I understand what they're trying to go for, but here's my thing. Why doesn't anybody try to do what they do in World's Finest? Have them like weighing, again, like skiing or whatever. Something stupid like that.
What are they trying to go for?
Like a superpower thing. When people are flying, they leave the trails,
It looks like they missed a couple of other letters or a couple of other colors in the rainbow, if you know what I mean.
No.
Maybe they figured they didn't need it. This cover was gay.
So the Powerpuff Girls, whenever they fly, they'd leave sometimes they'd leave they go so fast they leave after image. So you see the color of their capes or whatever they're wearing, like the clothes they're wearing. So that we're gonna go for that. But here's the thing, though.
The Powder Puff Girls.
Powerpuff.
Oh, Powerpuff.
Yeah.
So we're now taking Batman, and we made him a Powder Puff.
It doesn't make sense. So with even with them, because the fact that if you had three people are flying, that's different. But Batman and Robin are pretty much. I don't know where they're going to. But Batman's actually looking for where he's aiming or trying to grab. Robin's just doing a weird pose. It's just disturbing on every level. Like I said, this is the Dan Mora cover. I do like this.
I'd rather be locked in a comic book store that only had Scotty Young covers than see that one again.
Right. Hey, once like you say, it's incredible what passes for art these days.
And what fails as art these days.
Undead Quit saying, I hate Fairland, cover number 48. Or cover B. Derek Land. So you're really into the I hate Fairyland. Undead Quinn, did you check out Dork? D apostrophe ORC came out through Image last week. Pretty entertaining. All right. That was my number 2 for this week. We're gonna go on to number 1. Number 1 is obviously what you guys hear if you're reading comic books. This is what you're here for. It's on the thumbnail. You saw it. Number 1 for this week is Ultimate Spider-Man number 24. Final issue, and it still gets beat about by Absolute Batman. Crazy. The end of the line. This is it, folks. Seriously, you're not going to see this character ever again. Wink. The last you'll see of Spidey and his ultimate friends by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto. That's all we can tell you. $6.99 for 48 pages. They're giving us 12 covers for this final issue. Kind of good. Honestly, it looks like they're combining some of the actual covers. Like I think the bottom there might be part of one of the early covers. There you go. Here's the 1/100 cover. So it looks like we got the whole entire universe, or at least. Wow, Phil Noto has a 1/1000. I will be surprised to see if anybody actually goes and gets this, because I can't see the resale value on this for 1/1000. Like, who's gonna go buy it and then try to flip it? Stephanie Hans, a 1 in 25 variant. This is kind of funny. He decorated the tree with webbing. Is it a tinsel? Mary Jane looks a little fugly there. I'm not gonna lie. Not the best. Marco Cicchetto, 1 in 500. This is badass. I would love to see this in a movie. Honestly, bring back Andrew Garfield. Let him get a little older and let him be Spider-Man again. We'll have an older Spider-Man with a family. Then we have the 616 comics, which you'll see if you watch Wes. Wes was always promoting this website. You can get a discount through him. I think he used. I think he credited us. Was that?
I'm not sure that's quite the right word.
What is?
I can't say what the right word is.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Wes and that 616.
Oh. 616 comics.
I know. You say he promotes them. I said I'm not quite sure that's the right word.
Well, if he's getting a kickback, possibly yes, But he's always every video he does, he's always talking about 616 exclusive.
I know. So he might be a little bit more effusive in his praise than just promoting.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, go over to his channel. You can actually he has a code over there, and you can actually get a discount if you're going to go for this. I don't have that deal. So if you're looking for exclusives, you want to get the exact covers, physical variants, I'll just tell you the cheaper way. Right click, hit the save as right there. See that? You can just do that. Instead of going and spending 20 to 30 bucks on a comic book. That's ridiculous. Then we have, of course, the hero cover here too. We have the villains cover variant. This is probably my favorite one, Elizabeth Torque. If I could find this one, this just has all the Peter Parker family. I like that, and I'm guessing that's Uncle Ben down there with Aunt May.
Yeah, because remember, Aunt May had just been killed right before the series started.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't realize Uncle Ben served in the war and stuff.
Oh, I was looking at the family photo.
Oh, the very bottom.
I was looking at the one.
Or actually, know that. Take it back. That might be his parents, but Peter's parents.
Yeah, because it's Aunt May and Ben, because that was probably right before he was killed.
Yeah. And then the one in the middle there, that's his parents, because he never, yeah. Pretty cool. I like that. Of course, yeah, him helping with the science stuff. Just, yeah. This is what they took from us. Of course, they got the Marcos Martin Ultimate Finale variant, 12 of 12. This will probably be used for the interior if they do a trade hardcover collection. They're going to do an omnibus or compendium. But, yeah. So
when you get done with that one, go over to Absolute Batman for a second. I just want to see, Canetti's name up there.
I thought he was doing next week. He's doing this week.
17 and 18.
So, Absolute Batman. And if you guys following home at chat, if any other books you want us to look at, we'll do that. All right. 28 freaking covers, bro.
I don't want to look at the covers. I just want to see his name up there and make sure that it is this issue that he's doing.
Oh, I thought you want to look at his cover.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't recognize.
They're not going to list him in here. They don't list the actual variant cover artist names in here.
The artist of the book. It's right there. So that's one. It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't give a shit who draws the covers.
I thought he was doing a cover because isn't he a variant artist?
One of the variants, but he's also doing. wanted to make sure. I want to see if this was one of the two that he was doing the interiors on.
Yeah, he's doing the interior.
Yeah.
And here.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was 1718 or 1819, but it's very cool that he gets to do the biggest book in the world.
This is his variant cover.
News.
So
that's a career-making assignment.
So this is a preview of what you're going to see come of his art he does style. Which is, look at that. That looks, bleh. It looks slimy. It looks real. I hate that. Bleh. That's gross. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, we're done with that. That's cool. Yeah, he's excited. Is he the type that's going to stay in the business to do interior, or is he kind of using a stepping stone, or you do not know?
He did an issue of Spider-Man probably in like 2009. He's been around for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's cool. All right.
He's a very quiet guy, but he's a very nice guy, and this is a great break for him.
Right. And the books you're looking at right, or these, I do have them. For those who are watching YouTube, I don't know if it's on the PC, but on the YouTube's this thing where I can now tag actual comic books and stuff in there. So if you guys end up buying a book or whatever through the tagged links I have in there, the channel gets a commission. It's one of the newer things they started doing here.
If you think about it, it's 2026, and he's going to be doing a book that, whether or not it's read by that many people or see, but there's actually that sells in six figures.
Yep,
that's a lot of exposure.
So Dan Waters is still doing this. I think his next issue. I want to say Dwayne McDuffie. That doesn't sound right.
Jessica Murray. She's pretty woman there.
Yeah, Dennis Cohen's back in the next issue as the interior artist. I think he's going to be doing a few of these. So that's not this. This is next week's or next month's March. So for those who are like a fan of Dennis Cohen, this would be a couple of issues to get you're getting though. But I tried reading the previous issue for this, and you're right, dude. Jessica Burby is a babe. Swing. No, good art. Boring story. I don't know, and I'm not digging this whole Nightwing Prime thing. I understand it's from when Nightwing was he Rick Grayson? I can't remember. He had all the different.
He was Rick Grayson, yes.
Yeah, and then all these different Nightwings started popping up. Cops, became his Nightwing army or something like that. They all because they needed a Nightwing. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of that. To me, that reminds me of is that awful story in what was it? Not awful story, but I mean the Christian Bale, The Dark Knight. You remember all the people started proposing as Batman and they were getting killed? That's real. That's what would happen with all these cops if they would have started posing as Nightwing in the book. It should have happened. But I don't know. It's like it's just like I've never liked Batman Inc. It's like you're diminishing what Batman is. It's Bruce Wayne. He's the only one who can do it. All of a sudden, everyone can just put on the costume and be Batman, like Jace Fox. Fuck that. But anyway, though, I don't want to sit here and rant on Dan Waters. Batman Dark Patterns is probably the best Batman book series I've read in a while. All right. And welcome back there, Summoner. Hope your trip to Walmart was a experience for you. Shadows of Tomorrow is the new event for following the events of Armageddon and X-Men right now. More time travel bullshit. Guess who's back? They bring him back Malice. Right, I think you're right, North. A lot of people are speculating they're going to keep Malice around. They're going to separate her identity from Sue and just basically have her just be her recurring villain that looks like Sue Storm, but it's not Sue Storm. They're going to have two Sue Storms. Notice I'm saying Storm because they literally refer to her as Sue Storm Richards. Yeah.
Reed Storm.
Right? The other one was Wolverines of Armageddon. That's a new ongoing event starting. Avengers Assemble. I guess. And then they have Dan Slott brings back the Prankster. I like the Prankster. I just wish it wasn't Dan Slott writing it. But apparently Dan Slott's... Did you hear that rumor from Grass was saying? I don't know if it's true or not, but...
yeah, coming back to Marvel to do a
Ultimate Spider-Man?
ongoing in the Brand New Day era.
Or yeah, that's what it was, Brand New Day. Nobody liked it.
They will do literally anything but give fans what they want on that character.
Right? You got to give the fans what they want.
Fuck Marvel.
Yep. Catwoman has been dragging on. Torrin Grinbeck, it was a decent writer, but don't know where she's going with this. Bring back the girl who wrote was it Ladyfingers? Joelle Jones. Bring back Joelle Jones. Put Joelle Jones back in the book. Hell, put Ram V back in the book, or something. All right, I don't care about New Avengers or Jed McKay. This has been kind of a dull book. We got Null number 2 coming out here. Doctor Strange. Generation X. Yeah. Is that her and Honey Badger? Or is that supposed to be her on the cover twice? Walking Dead number 131 is coming out this week. Then we have End of Life. Evie Starks? I've never heard of this. I'm afraid to click on it. It's a Vertical book, new number 1. Click on it real quickly. Ghost Pepper number 8's out. It's Jeff meets Daredevil number 1. White Sky. That's another one. I have Fairland. Here's that. We have Battle Nexus, Starship Godzilla, Rat City, Deadly Hands of Kunlun. Do I dare click on it? Any interest, Breen? The Deadly Hands of Kunlun? Kunlun?
No.
Torment. Number 8. Last Starship. Mega Man X number 1 through Udon. Which I heard that Udon was like really going to stick around that much longer. They're kind of going out of business. Again. Vampirella Armageddon number 8's out this week. If you want more of the Hellboy universe without Hellboy, we have Captain Henry in the Graveyard of Time. The Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre? What the fuck? Street Sharks, number 5. Death Fight Forever, though. I think Undead Quinn brought that up. We'll look at that, too. We'll quickly go to look at End of Life. Kyle Starks. Never heard of him. But Steve Pugh. Isn't that a name? He says into the distance. I guess he must be coughing up a storm. Professional hitman Eddie Stallion has messed up. He's accidentally robbed the Raven, a high-ranking boss member of the International Cabal, of assassins of the Menagerie, whatever. If I start butchering names, maybe Breen will respond.
Who was that? Who are you asking me if I knew?
Steve Pugh.
Yeah, well, didn't he do the 30 Days of Night shit?
Is that him? Yeah. Or was that Steve Niles?
Oh, no, it is Steve Niles. Steve Pugh's somebody. I just can't remember what it is now.
Yeah, but he apparently was on Peacemaker Try As Hard, which was actually pretty decent art on there. I'm not sure what else he's done. Let's see if he has any cover. Steve Pugh. It sounds familiar, like I've heard it before. British artist, Animal Man. That's where I know him from. Okay, he was on Animal Man and back in the 90s. Cool. All right, so he's doing end of life here. It sounds like they're trying to branch off the Brubaker criminal kind of thing a little bit. And he chooses basically robs the wrong person. Now the person, and he chooses to hide in one place. Everybody knows he'd never go. The small Midwestern town of Pluto, home of his estranged father, and his known hard ass George Stallion. Looking for a safe harbor, Eddie finds himself his resentful father dying of cancer. Old friends looking to collect the bounty. And assassins who have wanted a town a canceled newspaper comic strip creator turned local crime lord. And his childhood first love. As Eddie grows more attached to the people of Pluto, he'll have to step in and solve these problems the only way a hitman knows how. I don't know. Any hope for this, do you think? It's a number one. It's suggested for mature readers. It's through DC Vertigo.
I think Kyle Starks is... No, it's Kyle Higgins. God, Kyle Stark's name sounds familiar too, but I can't remember what from.
I'll find out. Kyle Starks. Rick and Morty. I hate this place.
Oh, okay, then I have no use for him. I should say I've never read anything of his.
I was gonna say, yeah, if it's something, yeah. Looks like he's done a lot of indie stuff.
Okay.
Creep Show. I hate this place. Yeah. Wrestle Heist and Dog and whatever that is, So who knows? Maybe this will actually be a good book, Quickly go to the covers here. There's only 6 covers. Yay! Sebastian, there's a variant here. The Wonder Man cover. This actually looks pretty good for a cover. Alvaro Martinez Bueno connecting variants. That's really good. Actually, I'm pretty good. Let's see if I know. Other one was we got here. William Harms and Leaf Luffridge is doing a color on here too. This is White Sky. 5 years ago, the sky turned white and the world ended. Violet and her father David are forced out of hiding and flee towards the ruins of San Francisco, where they believe they'll be safe. Not really get stabbed. You could get killed by someone rob you with a knife, man. But in this haunted world ruled by ghosts, no place is safe. This could actually be a good series. I've never heard of the writer. It's a new number 1. It's through Image. Oh, to find out. I might add this to my pull list. Cool. All right. Death Fight Forever number 1 through Image. Another first. That cover is really rough. Not a fan of that style. Only action comedy of best-selling writer Andrew McLean from Headlopper. Never heard of it. And Gonzo artist Alex Zirit from Space Riders. Never heard of it. Super Thief Bruiser Brothers Crash and Bash Biggle. Jump into action to help Commander Thunderfang fight the... This sounds like Final Fight. I guess it's a Final Fight knockoff or whatever. But the fight international crime boss Lord Slither. But a run of them with Marla Mendoza. Better than Carlos Mendoza. Leader of the Cops gang and the Slither's most formidable loyalist changes the course of Bash's life forever. I mean, that is just... This is what I'd find in the comic book bin for 25 cents from 1990 because nobody wants to buy it. That's the quality of art here. The background looks good, but the people look horrendous. Now this, on the other hand, that looks like a badass cover. This looks great. But this, that's also Dylan Burnett. That looks weird too. I guess if you're going for like an over the top, kind of look, pair for parody. But yeah, this main cover, not a fan of that. And the main cover is done by the actual writer. Yeesh. I'm just glad it was the interior artist. The interior artist is actually the one I showed you before, the one with the sword and the snake going to the skull. So I mean, there's hope for this. Actually, might be a good book. Interior art. All right, let's look at trades. Coming out this week, Absolute Wonder Woman Volume 2, As My Mother's Made Me. Okay. Ultimate Incursion trade is out this week. Green Lantern Volume 5, The Spectre and Spectrum. Jeremy Adams is on there, storyline. His last one he did with Green Lantern and the Green Lantern Corps books together. And then we have Mark Waid on The Flash. This is Omnibus Volume 3. $150. Pretty steep for me, though, but one of the best eras of the Flash. Shay, the Ever-Changing Man by Peter Milligan and Chris Bacalo. Is Omnibus Volume number 2, hardcover. Superior Spider-Man Returns Omnibus. I didn't like when he showed up the first time. The Tin Can Society. This might... Who's this? Sounds familiar. Volume 3 of Witchblade is out this week too as well. Thunderbolt's Doomstrike trade. That's Lansing and Kelly. You can skip that. Isn't it? Oh, one of the worst writers. Young Avengers, though. Modern Era Epic Collection. Children's Crusade. The Children's Crusade. Also out this week, Batman and Robin by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. Book 3. Really cool. And then we have Lost Marvels number 3, Savage Tales of the 1980s hardcovers. For $65 through Fantagraphics, which actually looks pretty cool. And then we also have the Green Arrow Golden Age Omnibus Volume 1.
Okay, so that has come out before. This is the 2026 edition.
Yes.
I thought that looked familiar.
Yeah. Vampirella Archives of Volume 3.
Damn. They're just up to number 3. I have the first 5. I need to get to 6 before I can.
They were at 6 before, I thought. 5.
No, the hard covers they've already done.
Oh,
they're doing soft covers now. And my cheap ass would rather get them in soft cover.
I don't blame you. All right, Tin Can Society. That is done by Peter Warren and Franco Mobley. I've never heard of this. It's a hot Asian chick with a gun on a couch. Tin Can Society is a heartfelt and human look at the evolution of friendships across a lifetime at disability and ableism in the... When you start using those words, I don't like that. It's got the colorist from New X-Men and Gen 13, but I'll pass on it. Lost Marvels number 3, Savage Tales of the 1980s. Fantagraphics Marvel series collecting all 8 issues of the long, out-of-print, tough-minded 1980s run of Savage Tales. Will hit you like a punch in the face. For 13 months in the mid-1980s, Marvel has assembled some of its strongest artists and writers to tell you gritty, harrowing, and blackly humorous adventure stories, ranging from the gangster noir to historical battlefields to the deadly Old West to post-apocalyptic futures. Unseen for nearly 40 years, here are some of the most shocking work of artists: John Severin, John Buscema, San Glansman, Val Merrick, Ron Wagner, Gray Morrow, Wayne Van Zandt, Herb Trimpe, or Trimp, would have heard it both ways, Michael Golden, Joe Jusko, Mary Wilshire, Arthur Sunem, Will John Kuntz, Kuntz, Vincent Waller, and Ken Stacy, and writers Chuck Dixon, Bill Ray, Don Cryer, Robert Kanigher, Denny O'Neil, Doug Murray, and Archie Goodwin. Stories include Severin's and Dixon's By Rail to Vladivostok, on Murray and Golden's The Nam, 1967. Glansman of War and Peace, The Trinity, and John Cook's Blood and Guts series, and Trimpe's Sky Wars series. So reprints all the issues that run. The first time they have seen print since 1986. Wow. They're produced in facsimile format, including color covers. $65 for 528 pages. That's pretty cool. I didn't know they even had like something like this there. And the fact that Chuck Dixon is getting a book reprinted means they got to pay him royalties? What? So he gets an extra $1? Yeah. Cool. That's actually pretty cool. It's only $65 and it's hardcover. But the book you guys will all come to see here. In 1941, during the peak of the Golden Age comics, the Green Arrow made his debut. Armed with only a bow and quiver full of arrows, the Emerald Armature and his teen sidekick, Speedy, must battle corrupt gangsters, evil Nazis, and deadly super villains as modern-day Robin Hood. These adventures also included the debut of some of Oliver Queen and Roy Harper's greatest weapons and their war on crime, such as the aeroplane, an assortment of trick arrows, including the punching bag arrow, probably. These groundbreaking class stories, which starred in Green Arrow's decades-spanning fandom, are gathered for the first time in this singular, expansive hardcover collection. All right, Green Arrow, The Golden Age Omnibus, Volume 1 collects for the first time ever all of Emerald Archer's adventures and from more fun comics, 73 through 107, Adventure Comics 103 through 117, and World's Finest Comics 7 through 28, and include a foreword by legendary comics writer Roy Thomas. So here's the main cover. So that's what it's fiction. So I'm curious, when was the original one? 2017. So this is only the second time they've reprinted it, or first time they reprinted it since 2017. Isn't that bad? I guarantee you it probably goes for more money, but it looks like it has the same thing.
They used to have that at Ollie's.
Cool.
So it had gone out of print, but kudos for bringing it back.
Yeah. Honestly, if it was out of print, I can imagine how much it goes.
Again, if it made it to Ollie's, I've seen things, that made it to Ollie's, which would have meant it would have been about $25 there, 30.
Yeah.
And then it's like someone flips a switch and decides they want it. And I've seen people flip them for more than cover price.
Wow.
But I've also seen them not ever get any more than the Ollie's price. So it's not maybe the best place to speculate, but which is kind of why I'm a little surprised that they're bringing it back. But, yeah.
I mean, we just had Golden Age Batman. There's a Golden Age Green Arrow.
You know what you're not finding at Ollie's?
Golden Age Superman?
No, Golden Age Batman. No, I've seen Golden Age. I bought a Golden Age Superman at Ollie's.
Oh, nice.
Probably the last thing I found at that godforsaken place.
The only thing I want is Golden Age.
I think you have that one, actually.
I might have the one.
I think you found yours at what, like half price or something?
A long time ago. Yeah.
Like volume 3 or something like that?
Yeah. I want Golden Age Flash. That's what I want. I want Golden Age Jay Garrick in Omnibus. I was like, there's like 26 issues or more than that. Can't remember what it was.
It was 104.
Was it really 104? Wow.
Yeah, because the first Barry Allen Flash post showcase issues is Flash 105. They kept the numbering.
Wow.
I used to have that.
Dang.
I had one issue of the Golden Age Flash, but I don't remember what number it was.
I wonder. I have to talk to Great Legend. See what he has. I know he has like a lot of the Shazams, early Captain Marvel ones.
Yeah, I think that's all he collects though, as far as
Oh,
Fantastic Four.
dang. All right, though. But that's it for this week, though. And hello to Henry. Yeah, that was it. The other one was, I said, the Mad Love was the facsimile they had this week out too for some reason because for Valentine's Day they missed it. And then Detective Comics, which is 575, which is Batman Year 2 Part 1. And then there's a Mad Magazine coming out this week. Death to Pachuco.
And that, oh no, that's
I
you
know what's still going on? Gunpowder Profits is still going on at Mad Cave.
Good night, nurse. Facsimile of Civil War. Bad enough. I was gonna say the Detective Comics is bad enough because I bought that off the rack, but
the only thing I like about that book is that cover. Get rid of the Civil War part of it. Just give me the Tony versus that. And then after I do that, I'll go watch it in what was it Captain America Winter Soldier? Where they do this in the movie?
Henry, I don't remember. I probably have, but
here's the other one.
Oh shoot. Click on that back issue for a second. I might come out of retirement for that one.
Looks like they're doing Jack Kirby stuff.
That's not Jack Kirby.
The Kree Skull War?
He had nothing to do with that.
Oh, I thought he did. Sama.
That was Roy Thomas and Neil Adams. Art and Reggie.
They're showing up.
You have to get that just because his cover's so cool.
Right, yeah.
If they have it tomorrow, I'll get that. That'll be it.
Yeah. You ain't kidding. The cover is the best part of Civil War. Yeah. Just Avowed is an unhinged version of G.I. Joe. Oh, I have to look into that. Yeah, I was wondering what that was. It looked interesting. Yeah. Great rivalries make great comics. You just cover in Rivals issue, featuring the Bronze Age classics, Kree Skull War, Superman, and the Flash Race. The Thing and the Hulk battles, Archie Andrews versus Reggie Mantle. That's funny. And Epic Collages, spotlighting the work of Roy Thomas, Neil Adams, Dan Durgans, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Jerry Conway, Jim Starlin, Al Milgram, Eric Breed's favorite, and Peter David and Dan Parent, Mark Wade, and others. Nice. $10 or $11 just for 84 pages. So that's this week. And then that's your Massive. Okay. Yeah. And then there's not really much after that. Just kind of some manga, some kind of reprints. A lot of them are like they're the Panini, whatever it is. So you get a lot of stuff. Red Sonia's New Year special. There's a blind bag for $15. You might get a book that looks semi-decent and that's not dinged up. Tomorrow's Comic Book Creator, number 42, features...
There's an alter ego also.
Yeah. So, H.G. Pete, original artist of Wonder Woman. Jack Kirby Collector. 96. These are 96 of the Jack Kirby collectors. That's crazy. Hey, look, a Zenoscope book that no one can get at the shops because Zenoscope sucks right now as far as getting shipping. Archie's Comics Digest Spring Break is out this week too. And then we got agree in the DC, the Flash second printing, number 27. And then more variants, but Fire and Ice, Necron, Blind Big variant. So apparently Dynamite's doing a bunch of $15 Blind Big variants. And look, more Civil War stuff. Covers. Variant covers for Civil War facsimile. Number 7. Why? Oh yeah, if you're into webtoons, Full Metal Alchemist is going on too. Yeah. Alrighty though, I think that's gonna be it. There's a book called Jungle Juice. That's Jungle Juice Season 3. I wonder if that's about college kids mixing alcohol. Yeah. A lot of variant stuff. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl is a webtoon, Breen. You can go read it for free. I want to read these weekly shonen magazines. I never see these at my shop. What the heck, bro? I guess I need to go to Japan. Very interesting. I used to tease Skip over those. I was like, man, it's like, do you know anybody who gets these? He's like, yeah, in California, sometimes the shops would have those. It's like, alrighty then. All right. What's up to Henry? Hello to Clint. I forgot that Street Shark started. You're better off forgetting about it because it's not that great of a series. It is just horrendous for me.
What?
Street Sharks.
That is.
I forgot what. It's not, I don't think it's Stephanie Phillips. It might be Stephanie Williams that's writing it.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter either way. All right, but all right, $50 blind bag, is that too much, dude? $10 blind bag is too much because you have a slim chance you might get a good cover, but for the most part, you're gonna get a cover that's dinged up because they always get every cover gets dinged up during transit, and the worst thing about paying overpriced for a book that's it's probably worth more is when you find out the covers get indentations or the corner is completely fucked up inside the bag. And they're like, oh, sorry, you paid $10 for a quarter book. But that is it for tonight, because we're going to go over to I Love Comics. We're going to be doing bracket fights. So all the previous winners of the previous cover rankings will be going head-to-head. And I guarantee you your favorite will get knocked out in the first three rounds. Because Bree and I know every book that we like, he puts against each other in the very first round. It pisses us off. Yes. All right, though. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Get the notification bell. Ring that if you're on your phone. Turn notifications on. We'll be live tomorrow night for a special. Well, we always do manga rings now at 11 p.m. Central. 12 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna be reading the second book of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I'll be there with some other group. But thank you for tuning in, Henry. It's great seeing you on the channel. Clint, I haven't seen you on this channel in a long time. Same with Undead Quinn. Great to see you guys back here. And stay warm if you're up here in the north, or if you're up here where it's warmer a little bit. Enjoy the weather because we got like 5 more weeks of just like horrible cold. All right. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you over at I Love Comics. Say good night, Breen.
Good night, Brain.
Good night, Beckman.